Hey Thomas, how are you today?
I'm great. Doing
Fantastic.
good.
Thanks for joining us here today for this new edition of the Veteran Voices. Why don't we just start off by you just sharing who you are, where you're from, and why you decided to join the military.
My name's Thomas Brown. I was born and raised in Tampa. Uh, Divorced. I joined the military actually to get out of a bad marriage.
There you go.
Just being honest.
That
To get
works.
out of a bad marriage. And I've had 3 different MOSs. My first one was a '05 Charlie, which is radio teletype operator.
Okay.
Then later it was 31 Charlie, which is satellite communications, and then 18 Bravo, which is special ops. I was special weapons sergeant, and I got out after 10 years, almost 11 years, because my dad passed away,
Okay.
and it just took a lot out of me with the job that I was doing.
Gotcha.
And
Anybody else in your life, in your family, ever serve, or any friends like that serve? prior to
no,
you?
I'm the only one in my family that served. I'm the only one in my family that actually graduated college.
Good on you.
And I come from a family of 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where do
9
you-
brothers and sisters.
Where do you fall in that food chain?
Number 3 from the top.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll be 73 in November.
You'll be 73.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holding it well, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, and when you first enlisted, duty stations, do you have any?
Well, I was initially at Fort Gordon.
Oh,
I hope I never go back there. Never wanted to go back there again because of the smell
yeah, yeah.
from the clay when you're running and you have to run PT and you can't hardly breathe. Then I went to Fort Hood,
Mm-hmm.
and I was at Fort Hood, seemed like forever and a day. People were leaving Fort Hood, going to Korea and to Germany and coming back to Fort Hood, and I was still there. I was a '05 Charlie then, which is radio teletype. And subsequently, that MOS changed to 31 Charlie, satellite communications. So while at Fort Hood, I got tired of being there. I was like old furniture. So I filled out of 4187 to go to jump school. And I also filled out of 4187 to go to special ops. I went to jump school, and when I got back to Fort Hood, I had orders for Busan, Korea, and I had orders for special ops. So needless to say, I took special ops, which was very trying. Yeah, but if I had it over to do again, I'd do it again.
Much better than the satellite world, right?
Absolutely, and it's more a closer camaraderie. You're a lot closer to everybody, and it's better than any brotherhood that I've ever known. So I went all over Germany and all over Europe, really, teaching unconventional warfare tactics to certain units. That's what I did, and my dad had a stroke, and I wanted to come back to Tampa to be with him, and I was denied because of the job I was doing.
No, that's true.
And he left the hospital. Got better, left the hospital, and the day before his birthday, he had another stroke, and he passed away on his birthday. So I took it pretty hard. So I completed a 4187 to get out of the military after that. Nothing against the Army or Special Ops. It was just, my dad was my best friend. I could call him anytime and ask for his opinion, and he wouldn't give me his opinion. He'd ask me questions and I make up my,
Absolutely.
answer it myself.
The Socratic approach.
Yes, yeah, and that's how he was. So when I got out, I went to started work for Department of Corrections. They opened up a new facility down in Hardy County, and we were the first officers to go to that brand new institution. So with that, they sent the worst of the worst, the other institutions in Florida filled us up with like 1,250 inmates initially from different institutions around the state. So I worked in confinement, and I was on the CERT team. I just had this drive. I don't want to be a regular officer. I don't want to do regular stuff. Kind of crazy, but I worked in confinement, and I was on the CERT team, and a real eye-opening experience, very eye-opening experience. After that, well, while I was working there, I did the crossover course for law enforcement, the law enforcement crossover course. Once I accepted in the crossover course, this was in just north of Arcata. I can't even think of the name of the place now. But anyway, I went to school there, to South Florida Community College. That's where it is. Avon Park, that's where it is. Yeah, did the crossover course and completed that, and went to work briefly for Highlands County Sheriff's Office. And I wasn't used to working with certain demographics.
Yes.
And it's all backwoods, and I left there. I had enough.
Wasn't a good fit.
It was not a good fit at all. Then I came back to Tampa and went to work for Tampa Crossroads, which is, they closed their doors like 2 years ago on Veterans Day. Before that I was a forensic specialist for the state. And I went to, used to go to all 5 of the forensic hospitals in the state, interviewing those people that was deemed incompetent to proceed or not guilty by reason of insanity. We go to the hospital. I was a senior forensic specialist. That's what my title was.
How long did you do that for?
5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And anyway, the forensic hospitals are lockdown facilities. And then I go back, after we go see them, I come back and report to the court on how they're progressing in before discharge and if they're ready for discharge, which was pretty interesting. That was another eye-opener for me, big time.
How so?
There was this one guy from St. Pete, big guy from Trinidad, big guy. He killed his girlfriend, his baby daddy, his baby mama's boyfriend. He went through, you know how shotgun houses are, right? You could look in the front door and see out the back door.
Yes, sir.
The police went there and went down the hallway. No, he went there first. He went down the hallway, and they ran in the back room with the little kid. And the guy jumped up out of bed when he busted the door open. He jumped up out of bed and started talking trash to him. Well, the guy had a machete in his hand. He hit him right across the head, cut his head off. I kid you not. He cut his head off. He took him by the hair, walked out the front door, and there was a car sitting on the carport, an old car. He sat the head on top of the hood of the car, and there was a gold mirror, one of those skinny stand-up mirrors by the street for garbage. He brought the mirror, set it in front of the head, and then sat down by the curb waiting for the police.
What?
Yeah. He was maybe my third client as a forensic specialist. Yeah. So when I went to see him at the jail, it's considered a professional visit. So it's just me and him in the room. You know, if you want shackles on, they'll put shackles and all that stuff, but I didn't think I needed it. So we sat in the room, we must have talked for about an hour. And I'm like, dude, I mean, this guy, neck was like big. His guns, I mean, he was a big dude. I'm like, look how big you are. why you had to use a machete? He started smiling, and he said, because back in the old country in Trinidad, that's how you released his soul.
Whoa.
And he kind of cracked a smile when he said it. And I'm like, dude, you ain't in Trinidad, all right? You could have just whooped his butt and beat the snot out of him.
That's it.
But anyway, we got to be good friends because I saw him quite a bit while I was a forensic specialist. Every time I went to a state hospital, I see him. And he eventually got out because they couldn't restore his sanity. And he's walking around now in St. Pete because he was deemed not guilty by reason of insanity.
Wow.
And he's walking around now in St. Pete.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't realize that's going on, but and I saw him maybe a couple years ago. I saw him a couple years ago down in St. Pete. I'm a biker, and he was standing on the corner. And I'm like, I know that dude. And I pulled up next to him. He said, "Mr. Brown." Like, man, you remember me, huh? I asked him how he's doing and stuff, and he seemed like he's a lot more stable. He's got another girlfriend, and she's pregnant. Yeah. But, that was another eye-opener for me.
I'm sure. Wow.
But I did that. Then I worked for ACTS. ACTS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I worked for them for a while as senior forensic specialist.
Mhm.
And so I had like 3 other people work under me. And we're going to court a lot. And being in charge, they went to a state hospital. And I stayed back to cover court cases that we had. So that's another experience. Then I started working for Baycare.
Yeah.
I was working in the psych unit, and the adults are on like the 5th floor. Children are on the 3rd floor. And if you got some kid down there that's raising sand or attacking the staff, I had to run down the back stairs all the way down and break it up. And by the time you get down there, somebody up in the adult section has already attacked one of the nurses. So I run back up the stairs again. It was eye-opening experience too, because you learn how to talk to people. It's not always about strength and using force. It's about the way you talk to people.
De-escalation.
Yeah, and now I'm doing. I started my organization, Tampa Homeless Outreach, 11 years ago.
Really?
And I go into bars, alleys, wooded encampments, almost on a daily basis. Sometime on Saturday and Sunday too. And I don't get paid from my organization.
Nonprofit?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit,
Life of a
501c3.
nonprofit.
Yeah. But I have a lot of supporters. We have a lot of partners who help us out, like Costco, Publix. They provide food and stuff, and a lot of churches. The Gold Star Mothers.
Yeah.
Fran Hosh is one of our big supporters. Bert at Harley Davidson. He's one of our big supporters. We got quite a few big supporters, and all that comes from ground pounding.
Yeah.
Pounding the ground, beating the street,
Boots
and
on the
trying to
ground.
figure out what's happening. And like now on the way here, I got a guy that called me. He just got here from Texas. He's 100% disabled, and they in his car. They living in his car. So when this is over, I got to go see him.
So what does the organization actually does for people that don't know?
My organization?
Yeah.
Well, our main goal is to get homeless veterans off the street,
Perfect.
connect them with the VA,
Mhm.
if they're not connected already, connect them with housing resources, We provide furniture. We get furniture donations. Sometimes we get car donations, motorcycle donations. And when we get those kind of donations, we always give the cars to families, not single guys or single women. If they got a family, we'll donate the car to them. And Fran has been instrumental with us on a couple doing the insurance for them. So we do that. Every Thanksgiving, we do a big Thanksgiving ride with motorcycles and some cars. And a lot of previously homeless veteran families who just recently got housed will take prepared and non-prepared food to them. It's their choice whether they want to prepare it or they want to cook it themselves. And so we get this big group together, like 25, 30 bikes and vans and stuff, and we deliver it to them.
Making Meals to Wheels, but better.
Yeah, it's a lot better, yeah.
I know, I can
Yeah.
tell.
And right after that, we start planning for Christmas. Every Christmas, we've been doing the Christmas thing for 9 years, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Right after Thanksgiving, we solicit families from different agencies who house veterans and get a list from them and have the case managers to get a wish list from the families for the kids. And they'll send that to me. I put this big list together and I put on Facebook, on our Facebook, no names, like family number 1, child 379, and this is their wish list. And I put it on my Facebook, and sometimes I could put it on right now, and 2 minutes later I got somebody to adopt that family. So once we get everything together, like the week of Christmas, we get together and we have them bring all the toys and stuff, and we put it in big black trash bags so the kids can't see what it is. And we have a lot of motorcycles, we have cars and all that stuff, and we do Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco counties, and we'll go house to house, that's on that list, and issue the bags of toys to that family.
Pretty solid.
So since we've been doing that for a while, now we get extra toys donated to us from different places around that time. So when we pull in an apartment complex, you got 25, 30 bikes pulling there, revving up and stuff, and then the big U-Haul
Sounds
truck.
pretty good on top of it.
Yeah, and then you get this big old truck with the stuff in it. And of course, kids see all the bikes, kids in their whole apartment complex run out to see what's going on. So we have grown to the point where we get so many donations, kids who are living there that's not on our list, we give them toys. We give them toys. I mean, last year we gave away, I think like 25 or 30 brand new bicycles to unsuspecting kids. But we always ask the parent, is it okay to give them the bike? And of course, what parent going to say no? So we do that every year, and we get a lot of help from different agencies in the community. They know that we do it every year, and they donate stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's my favorite time of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, definitely stay connected with us. South County Veteran Association, and we will definitely help you out, without a doubt.
Yeah, so we do that. That's a big deal, and we have our gala September the 20th. September 20th of this year. We have a gala for the last 5 years. This is our 5th year, where bikers get to dress up.
Sleeves mandatory, or?
No, they're not mandatory, but we put it to them like they need to dress up.
Yeah, right,
Gotcha. If you come in jeans, then so be it.
Yep.
But the whole thing is it's a night for celebration. We have, we do pretty good, and we have 50-50 raffles, all kind of stuff. We have a band or a DJ. It's a good time, really good time.
Nice.
And Birds Barracuda, they donated, I think it was last year before last, they donated $20,000.
God bless them.
Yeah, and Fran is one of our main supporters. She
Yeah.
donated to us quite a bit.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. So those are the things that we do. And normally, I retired from working for somebody last March, last year.
Good on you.
And so I took a part-time job working for the post office in the mornings for like 3 hours. And it's to supplement my retirement, of course.
Of course.
And it's like 3 hours, and I deliver express mail from the airport to 3 different post offices up in North Tampa. Drop it off, come back, and that's it. And that's where I'm coming from today. And normally, when I finish there, I hit the street looking for homeless vets. And
Bless you.
usually get home about 5:30 or 6.
Bless you, man. Yeah. Well, we
So-
have a few we can connect with you because we
Yeah.
get those calls a lot. We
Yeah.
definitely get them a lot, so it's good to connect with that.
Yeah. So that's what we do. And like the guy that just called with the family, you know, I'll go see him, get them off the street, and connect them to St. Vincent de Paul. Yeah, get them squared away.
That's great. So from what I take it, obviously, when you join the service, it's a life of service in there.
Mm-hmm.
You chose a different path within the service,
Mm-hmm.
more high octane.
Yeah, you can say that.
more on the high octane level of the path.
Yeah.
I did SATCOM also. Is that a track shirt like Trackman 70s?
No, this
Okay,
is
just checking.
another
So I
group.
worked on the Trackman 70s.
Okay.
Multiplexer. So
Yeah.
and you went down that path, and it seems like after you separated, you kept on that same exact path because every path you went down from there still will keep it in the same analogy of high octane.
Pretty much,
You know,
yeah.
putting yourself on the front lines, putting yourself in an active environment.
Yeah.
And now you're still donating your time, yourself to the community for that.
Quite a bit.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You're earning your wings, buddy. You're earning your wings.
It's nothing else. If I won Lotto tomorrow, I still keep doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because the camaraderie, the people that you meet on the street, first you have to convince them you're not trying to BS them, you know, and listen to them. You just sit down and listen to them. Let them vent. I mean, I don't judge them. I just let them go. They want to talk, you know. And while they're talking, in my head I'm thinking, how can I help them with this? How can I help them with that? And I usually give them, like I said, we partner with a lot of different places in the community. And we have these goodie bags with a couple bottles of water. It's got snacks, got T-shirts. Some have underwear in them, personal hygiene items. Yesterday when I got off, I went to a couple places in the woods and gave those out to them. And the thing is, the simplest thing that you give, especially a homeless vet, the simplest thing you give them, man, they appreciate it. I mean, they get that smile on their face, and then they know you're not there to mess with them or BS them or whatever. So there's a place out by Dinosaur World, out by I-4. It's a huge encampment back up in there,
Really.
huge. So I go there quite a bit. During the rainy season, I take them tarps. I take them tents. It's another place that we deal with. This guy, he sets up tents at the big biker events. And after 2 uses of them, he'll donate them to my organization.
Wow.
So I got tents stacked up. And these tents, one person can set up. And they have a floor in them. They're really nice tents. You can sleep 4 people in it easily.
Okay.
So I got a bunch of those in my storage, and I give those out to. When I first started doing this and going in the woods, a lot of people are using refrigerator boxes to sleep in, or they get stove boxes and connect them together to sleep in, and that's fine until it rains.
Right.
One rain and it's gone.
Be in the whole new house.
So I was taking them tarps and boxes. Here's a tarp, so you could use it more than once and get up off the ground. And then my friend Marcus told me about the tents. So now those same people got nice tents in the woods. And as long as they don't create a problem or start a fire or something, nobody's gonna mess with them. Nobody messes with them.
So how do people get in touch with you, your organization? Because there's so many people who I know can connect with you.
Yeah, the name of my organization is Tampa Homeless Outreach.
Tampa Homeless Outreach.
Yes, and we primarily deal with veterans and veteran families. Every now and then, we'll help somebody that don't fit that criteria, that's never served, like an elderly person that's doing real bad and they sought out help and can't get help. Then we'll help them, but that's not our primary function.
Right.
My cell is 727-667-6029, and I got it on vibrate.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, and it rings sometime day and night. And we have a website,
Okay.
and you'll see some pretty interesting stuff on there for
Yeah,
Tampa Homeless
what's
Outreach.
the website?
Hmm?
You let them know what the website
It's
is.
tampahomelessoutreach.org, O-R-G.
There you go. You're a 501c3.
Active 501c3.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well done.
And we have a donation thing there, of course.
That's the important one. The important one.
Yeah. But that's what we do, and I love it. I tell you what, I love it. Sometimes it gets to me. Like one guy, I saw him for like 10 years. He had been homeless for like 18, 19 years. We call him Roofing Randy. Okay, you'll see him on our website. He was Army. When I met him in the woods in Apollo Beach, he was staying underneath the big water tower there, living in a lean-to. I tried for 10 years to get him out of the woods. One time I did get a chance to get him out. Took him to a hotel near USF, and I went home. Gave him food and all that stuff. And I went home, and next morning I was getting ready to leave home, and he said, "You got to come get me." I'm like, "What do you mean, come get you?" He said, "Man, I can't do it." I mean, he'd been in the woods for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't do it." So I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. Went to see him, and I tell you what, I cried like a baby all the way there. And when I got to his room, he asked me, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Dude, my job is to get you into somewhere safe, not to take you back into that environment." And he said, I just can't do it. I'm like, "I tell you what, why don't I go get you some beer?" Because he was drinking. I said, "Let me go get you some beer and just calm down and, let's give it a shot." He said, "You give him the beer, but we need to go back." I mean, he was determined I'm going back. So I took him back, and I was kicking myself in the butt until I went to bed that night, because that's not what I do. And I know what the end result going to be. You stand in the woods. And he wasn't a young man either. So I took him back, and I got a hold of his family up in Indiana and asked him, can he come up there? Do you have a place for him to stay up there? And told him what was going on with him. And his sister said, "Yeah, I have a trailer in the back that's not being used. He could stay there." I'm like, "Awesome." So I went back and told him, and I took a week off from work because I'm driving him up there. All right. The day that we were getting ready to leave, he stopped by the bank to get some money out. He did. We stopped by the bank to get him some money, and I wasn't going to charge him anything. I'm paying for everything. When we came out of the bank, got in the truck, and we started heading up north, his sister called me. She said he could come up here for a visit, but he's going to have to go back with you. That hurt. That was like somebody just punched me right in the face. And I had the speakerphone on, and he heard it, and he just went ballistic. I'm like, come on. I'm like begging this lady while we heading that way. I'm begging her. He need to be around family, you know. And she said, well, I talked to our family, and that's what they said. He could, you can come up for a visit. We'd be glad to see him, but he need to go back with you. So we turned around. That really broke my heart. And I put him up in a hotel again so he could just relax and get past this. And before I got home good, he called me and said, I can't do this. So I took him back, went back to Ruskin, Gibsonton, where he was in Apollo Beach, I'm sorry. Underneath the water tower there, I took him right back there, gave him some stuff, and about a month later, he was at the convenience store that he'd hung out at, and he had a stroke. And the store owner knew who I was because, you know, I was going there getting him stuff. And he said, well, they just took him away in an ambulance. He had a stroke. So I went to St. Joseph South and met with him, and he was in a coma. He was non-responsive and stuff. And he started doing better. I was there with him for 3 days, I guess, just hanging out with him. And he started coming around and stuff, so they were going to move him to a rehab facility.
So he came out of his coma.
He did. And they were going to transfer him to a rehab facility in Brandon. And they did. I went to see him, and he was doing good. Got back home the next morning. I got a call from the nurse that said that he had passed away. Now, what's ironic about this is he passed away in the same rehab facility as my grandmother. Same bed, same room.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not a drinker, but when I got home,
You had a drink.
I had a few drinks.
Yeah.
In the same bed 1, and room 131, where my grandmother had passed away like 2 years ago, 2 years before that. So, you know, it's.
If you're into symbolism, there's something.
Yeah. So, you know, I just figure, you know, that's just the way it is. So I had him cremated because his family didn't want to have nothing to do with him. So my organization paid to have him cremated, and we took his ashes to Okeechobee because for some reason he wanted to go to Okeechobee. So we took him about 8 bikes. We rode down there with his ashes and spread his ashes on Okeechobee there. And his sister came down like a week later after we spread his ashes. She said she didn't want his ashes. She came down and bugged me, wanted to know what bank was he dealing with and wanted to see if any money was in his account.
Wow.
Yeah. And from all this other stuff that I've done in the past, I was pulling on every ounce of strength that I had to keep from cursing out, because that's all you want. They want it. And went to the bank, and the bank manager knew who I was and that I was working with him and stuff. I have power of attorney. And she got some money. She got the money that was left there.
Wow.
And the bank manager told her she can't come back there again.
Good.
Yeah. So that was the biggest thing since I've been doing this that happened. And his with a picture of me and him is on my Tampa Homeless Outreach website. Good guy. He would give you the shirt off his back if he thought you needed it. It'd be nasty, but he'll give it to you.
It's typical of a heartfelt type nonprofit.
Yeah.
That's what we would call, that's your anchor for your
Yep.
mission. That's your anchor.
And
What was that one?
it's just a good thing that I've had all that other experience doing other things in the past, because I'm telling you, I had to draw on every ounce of strength that I had, everything, to not lose control when she came down. Saying, what bank does he deal with? I want to see what money he had in there.
Well, that's a great segue into the next question.
Yeah.
With everything that you, from day one of signing the papers
Mm-hmm.
to signing the other ETS papers,
Mhm.
separation papers,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think the military gave you inadvertently to put you, to carry you through the rest of your world?
Well, I had never been arrested before I went in the military.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good thing. Didn't get arrested while I was in the military. But I was 26, I think, when I went in. So I went in late. And I just had this drive that you ain't going to outdo me. Even in basic training, you ain't going to outdo me. These young kids, 18, 19 years old, yeah. I'm the old man to them.
Yep.
I smoked their butt, you know. And my drill sergeant, Staff Sergeant Laycock,
Never forget your drill sergeant and
No.
your recruiter.
no, he was an awesome man. And I told him, you know, one day I want to be like you. He said, no, you don't. But just chatting with him as I was going through this in basic, I would say that made a big change in my way of thinking. And my sergeant, when I was when we converted to satellite communication, my sergeant, Smiley, we got to be good friends, and he was a biker too. And a lot of stuff that he taught me and conversations that we had a huge impact on what I do today. You know, treat people with respect, and you know, you're not going to always get it back, but you treat people with respect, and you know, if you can help somebody, you help them. You know, because before I went in, I didn't care. You know, that's your problem. You know, and yeah, those two people were really instrumental in me being where I'm at.
Well, there's an old saying, you know, there's dreamers, there's doers.
Hmm.
The world needs is dreamers that do.
There you go. There you go.
That's you fit the bill on that one.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to a younger generation fella decided to watch your video,
Hmm.
is there any words that you would, thinking about joining the military, is there anything that you would share or impart to him?
Absolutely. If you join the military, first off, join the Army. That's number one. And be the best person you can be. I mean, and I'm not just using that as a slogan or whatever, but honestly, you be the best man you could be, and you respect other people. And like I was told back in the day, you're not going to always get respect back, but you know, you came here as one. You know, you take care of number one.
Absolutely.
You know, and don't worry about what somebody else feel like. You know, you just do what you know is right.
Right.
And that's what I would tell them. And it's a lot of work for somebody that never woke up and did PT every morning,
That's right.
or had somebody pretty much control your movements and all that stuff. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's well worth it. And when I talk to people on the street now, when I interact with veterans now, a lot of them, they don't go to the VA. Okay, and I convince them, you know, it's the VA, especially a hospital. I've had my issues with the VA hospital, all right, in the past, but that care is better than not having any at all. I mean, I've taken 80-year-olds, veterans, that don't have any insurance, that's not taking care of themselves,
They even registered with the VA.
haven't even registered with the VA. I put them in my truck. We go to the VA, I get them registered, and have them checked out through the ER. because you're 80 years old, you know, and haven't been to a doctor in 20, 25 years. You know something's going on there. Yeah. So I really push that as far as, you know, the VA is there. I've had 5 back surgeries. 3 of them was fusions, 1 in my neck and 2 in my lower back fusions, and the other 2 was laminectomies. I've had cancer. I've had prostate cancer. The VA sent me to Richmond, Virginia initially for treatment, and they paid for everything. And when I came back, I met with the administrator at Bay Pines. I'm like, I ain't going again. I'm not going again because all my support is right here.
Right.
So David Jolly was a congressman for this area during that time. We had a meeting with the administrator, and he had made arrangements for me to go to Moffitt Cancer Center. And Moffitt Cancer Center took care of me. They consider you a VIP,
Yes, sir.
and they got me squared away, and that was 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm clean. I mean, I'm good. And
bless
thank
you.
God.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
the thing is, it bothers me that I have to go through all that
Mhm.
to get some real help. Okay? A veteran shouldn't have to go to the administrator at a hospital to get seen.
Exactly
You
right.
shouldn't have to do that. And I preach that when I meet guys on the street, especially older guys that haven't seen a doctor in ages. You go to the VA and you get checked out because you don't know what's going on in that body, especially if you haven't seen a doctor.
Yeah, so many non-military people
Mhm.
who don't understand that. How
Yeah.
someone, they just think everybody has that veteran benefits, but most veterans won't bother.
No, they blow it
Or
off.
They'll do step 1,
Mhm.
they run into something, and all of a sudden they just, don't worry about it, I'm good.
Yeah, they'll say, well, that need to go to somebody else who need it more. I'm like, hey, what about you?
That's probably the number
Yeah.
1 statement we hear all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody else needs it more than me.
And there's a lot of veterans who ran into issues at the VA. God knows that happens, because they misdiagnosed me one time with cancer, but it wasn't that cancer. They misdiagnosed me with cancer, and I wanted a second opinion. Whenever somebody tell you got cancer, all kind of crazy stuff go through your mind. Getting stuff in order, you know, this is what I want to do before I die and all this stuff. So I asked for a second opinion. They sent me to Tampa General, and with my records and everything, and come to find out, my name is Thomas Brown. That's a common name.
Yeah,
They had another Thomas Brown. His first name was even spelled different than mine. So that pissed me off.
right.
You know, emotions. I mean, somebody tell you got cancer, man, it's like the end.
Well,
You know?
deal with before
Yeah.
your second opinion appointment, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I've had my issues with them, but you know, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. You got to take care of number one. Yeah, no matter what. I mean, there's going to be roadblocks. Screw it. Go around them.
Mhm.
You know, that's why I went to the David Jolly during that time.
You don't change the
Yeah.
mission, just change how you get there.
That's right.
So-
That's right.
So, and I think we covered this prior to this. You do have, you know, offspring. You do have grandchild, something like that. Yeah.
I have 4 grandchildren.
Good on you.
Yeah. I have one son who also went in the military. He served 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Army, of course. That's the only way you can go in my household. And now I don't see him that much. The girl that he married, we don't see eye to eye. And, you know, I just pray that one day he'll come around. you know,
They will.
yeah. And I got a daughter. She wound up going to prison for 5 years for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But now she's a personal trainer, and she's also working at one of these places on the beach with jet skis and stuff. So she's doing good. She turned her life around, but you know, everybody make mistakes. They do, and you just have to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, and stay positive.
That's
the big thing.
Doing it with a good attitude.
Yeah.
You can bitch your way through life as much as you want.
Yeah. That's going to change.
That's gonna change.
Yeah. So I put out just briefly. I put out a list of free mobile food pantries every month.
Mm-hmm.
I usually put them out the last week of the month for the following month for Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco, and Manatee.
Okay.
And it's on my Facebook.
Okay,
Facebook page,
Your
yeah.
website too, or just, can they connect to your Facebook through your website, or?
I don't know.
Just look for
Thomas Brown.
Thomas Brown on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do that every month, and I distribute it to different agencies
Mhm.
so that they could, whether they're a vet or not, they still have access to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we're gonna wind this down.
Yeah, I know.
Got one
I
more
got,
thing? Yeah.
got kind of talkative. I'm sorry.
Man, we can be here as long as you want. That's what this is about. The law was that we've had 48 minutes, we've had
Yeah.
5 minutes, it doesn't matter. This is about you.
Yeah.
So, as we wind down, first, on behalf of the Pinellas County Veterans Association, we want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your crazy schedule, helping everybody to be here and share your story, and share what you do with the community, what you pass. But more importantly, as we wind this down, I want to give you, your opportunity, your last, minute, 36 minutes to look at the camera, speak to whoever you want to speak to, and leave your last set of words out there. Just, but at the end of the day, someone's going to be looking at this years and years and years from now.
Mm.
And if there's anything you want to say, or we can just cut it short here and call it, that's what we got, and
Well, there's
leave it to you.
one main thing I want to say is you see a homeless person, especially a veteran. Well, you see a veteran holding a sign doesn't necessarily mean that's a veteran, right? But if you see a homeless person, just take into consideration they're human, just like the rest of us. Don't disrespect them or throw stuff on them like some people do. Just treat people with respect. Not only homeless, just treat everybody with respect, and you'll be good to go.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Great way to end it. Thomas, again, thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
For your time. Greatly